The Armalite AR-18 is one of the strangest rifles in modern firearms history. A weapon with a brilliant mechanical design, a system that would inspire dozens of modern rifles, and yet it was a complete commercial failure. How does a rifle that shaped the future of small arms end up rejected by almost every major military force? Today, we're diving deep into the forgotten story of the AR-18, its origins, design, failures, and the surprising legacy it left behind. Our story begins in 1963. Armalite had just sold the rights to the AR-15 to Colt back in 1959, and the rifle was now evolving into what we know as the M16. Colt had the patents, Colt had the momentum, and Colt had the marketing power Armalite didn't. So Armalite needed something new. A rifle chambered in the same .223 Remington caliber, but built in a way that did not violate Colt's patents. Their solution? Go back to a forgotten design by Eugene Stoner, who had already left the company in 1961. His earlier AR-16 battle rifle became the foundation for a smaller, cheaper weapon, the AR-18. Armalite hoped this rifle would become the poor man's AR-15, affordable, simple, and attractive to countries with low budgets. But there was a problem. No one wanted it. Between 1963 and 1985, only 17,771 military AR-18s were ever produced. The civilian version, the AR-180, saw only 4,018 units. For comparison, Colt produced hundreds of thousands of M16s in the same era. The AR-18 never had a chance. Even though it failed commercially, the AR-18 was mechanically brilliant. Short-stroke gas piston. Unlike the AR-15's direct impingement system, the AR-18 used a short-stroke gas piston. This single change would become one of the most influential design choices in modern rifle history. Today, rifles like the G36, SA-80, HK416, FN SCAR, and countless others use piston systems that trace their roots back to the AR-18. Stamped steel construction. Instead of expensive machined receivers, the AR-18 used stamped steel, similar to AK-style manufacturing. The idea was simple: make a rifle that any country could build cheaply. But Western markets looked at the welds, the stamped parts, and the blocky finish and decided it looked cheap. First impression matters, and the AR-18 failed that test. Folding stock. Another advantage was the left side folding stock, useful for transport and close-quarter combat. Magazine compatibility issues. And then another mistake. The AR-18's magazine had a different cut than the AR-15. That meant AR-15 mags wouldn't fit. A small design change, but it hurt the rifle in military trials. Armalite couldn't sell the rifle, so it tried to license production overseas. AR-180, civilian version. A semi-automatic clone made from 1969 to 1972. Japan, Haiwa Machinery, 1970 to 1974. Haiwa produced high-quality AR-18s and AR-180s, but export laws in Japan severely restricted sales. Production stopped quickly. United Kingdom, Sterling, 1976 to 1985. Sterling made thousands more and even developed a short barrel version, the AR-18S, also known as the AR-18 carbine. The 2001 revival, AR-180B. After Armalite was bought by Eagle Arms, they attempted a comeback. The AR-180B featured a polymer lower receiver, a fixed stock, and, finally, AR-15 magazine compatibility. But sales were weak and the model was discontinued in 2007. 1. the M16 was too strong of a competitor. Colt dominated the market. Their contracts, connections, and aggressive marketing left zero room for the AR-18. Stamped construction looked cheap. Even if functional, many soldiers and decision-makers saw the AR-18 as ugly, crude, and not durable. The welded receiver and industrial appearance didn't help. Problems in military testing. U.S. tests reported issues with the folding stock hinge and lockup. Some batches suffered from cycling issues with certain ammunition. British trials revealed poor reliability in sand and mud conditions. These issues reinforced the rifle's unwanted reputation. Here's the twist. Even though the AR-18 failed, its mechanical DNA lives on everywhere. Its short-stroke gas piston system became the basis for many modern rifles, including HK-G36, SA-80, HK-416, FN SCAR, AR-180B, and countless others. In the end, the AR-18 became something extraordinary, a failed rifle that changed the future of firearms design. And that's the full story of the Armalite AR-18, a weapon that never found success on the battlefield, but quietly shaped the rifles used today by militaries around the world. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more videos about iconic and forgotten military weapons, hit the like button and subscribe to Military Power TV. Thanks for watching.